First time we were able to start with completely, almost 100% of our students in person.
How's that going?
It's going well. It is. It's definitely, it's unique getting kids back from being cooped up, but it's going smoothly. The parents and families and students they were yearning to be back at school, in person, just to socialize. Yeah, it was important for them. So it's not without any hitches. Obviously, we have to, we still roll with the punches, but it's still going extremely well. Attributed to my team here and all the teachers doing an amazing job. Much earlier than that, right around 11 o'clock. So they handle it really well, especially because they have siblings that attend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
And what is that like?
Technology online, and then they have interactive flexible and then part of it is don't take this for anything. In the event that if we ever have to have kids quarantine or they have to have a class like virtual learning program, it's going to be easily integrated into online learning.
Okay.
So that way they can do it at home, do it via Zoom, so that way there's less of a major interruption.
Go to the page where we had our microscope notes. Open that up.
I couldn't keep the light on this so much. Why did this all
You should have your science books open.
Kids could go over there while they were in distance learning and prepare, so we can have kind of some supervision. Our youth center folks are not trained teachers and not educators, but at least they make sure, hey, I know you're supposed to be having a Zoom class or whatever, they can watch the schedules, and so that provided a lot of relief. And there was a point that Coral was trying to lean forward, the Coral Las Vegas campus was trying to lean forward and do more.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on board.
So this area, this is our pre-K and kindergarten playground. So we have a little play area there for them, for this recess and breaks. So this is where we had to make sure that things were kind of built to code, and this was added afterwards too, after the building was built. So we just wanted to make sure that they had an additional play space that was like a little bit more open, for them for free play.
Association. We got them to donate Raider tickets for the last Raider game for two deserving students and their parents. And when one of the young men were called to the office, he was like, "What did I do now?" So I think it's a fantastic idea. All of our charter schools, I kind of want them to look at it as a relationship, and it's a parent choice.
Right now we are doing the Civil War thing. They're putting their papers in and doing it to the social studies notebook. And at the moment we are doing Civil War, and we're about to finish. We're going on the Tuesday and Wednesday. You can see around everyone coming up with you. And this is education on the spot.
Nice to meet you. I'm Miss Oswald.
Nice to meet you.
So we are kind of encouraging some of them to finish their already, or some of them are doing another get together. We have a little this up.
And each one has a Chrome.
They each have, we have one Chromebook part for the class, and so they all have their own assigned Chromebooks.
Oh.
So they can log in and get started, and our bell ringers are digital, so they do all their bell ringers in the morning and they all do their Chromebooks. It's all there, and that with their absent, they can still keep up. And then I put all their notes on there, so they also have that option.
And it has it on the screen.
Okay, and they can follow them through Canvas as well. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cohort come into school. We always had a meal packing day on Wednesdays.
Okay,
We pack meals
all right.
like crazy, and then we had a meal pickup for all the parents that wanted to come out.
Yeah.
And they got free lunches.
Yeah.
Colonel Fig's wife, she was more of like a delivery driver. She delivered to multiple of her families. So she volunteered as well.
Parents that had little infants and couldn't get away,
Right.
or, you know, they
Yeah.
only had one car and their spouse was TDY or something, so she would get a list and just drive around and drop food off. And,
Oh, thank you for her service. And
I do every day.
Sometimes we miss that, you know, families, you know, military members, we
Well,
need to
like-
thank them more often.
like
That's easy compared to putting up with me. So.
We had a assembly line everywhere, we had a lot of area would come over, about 2 hours, we packed 800 lunches, times 5.
Because you don't think about that. Like,
No.
when kids are in school, that's where they get their nutrition. They
That's
throw
right.
at home, right?
There's a
What fills that void? So,
There's a multitude of things that our teachers do for our students, especially in USCCSD. You know, there are things that, you know, people say,
Right.
if they're having issues, you know. Looking at Turtle High School, is that something that you want
So-
Colonel Fig? You want to take on that one?
you bring that up. We are very, very extremely interested in the Trevor High School, Nellis Air Force Base. We have a significant need. You know, Mojave is our zone school.
Right.
It's not a very high performing school.
Right.
A lot of our families that have high school age kids are taking their kids to Summerlin. Some, you know, probably the closest school is, what's the one in Shadow Ridge is probably the closest. But a lot of them are going out to Summerlin, and so they either choose to live out there or they're having to commute. And when they choose to live out there, it hurts the amount of houses I can fill on base.
Most of the time, military members work a 12-hour shift. So,
So yeah, the youth center is definitely a great extended care program that supports us. So and we do a lot of communication, work in tandem with them quite a bit.
Mentee them,
Erase your board.
every Wednesday, reading skills, we take them outside and play with them,
Okay,
make sure
erase
that
your board.
they're making the best time to make sure that
The next word, the next way, we can write it is again with that O.
okay, so.
And the word is most. Markers down, let's spell it, ready? M-O-S-T. How do we spell most? M-O-S-T. Finger up, let's write in the air, let's write most, ready? M-O-S-T. Marker up, and let's write it on our board, ready? M-O-S-T. How do we spell it? M-O-S-T. What is the word? The word is? The word is? Most. Very nice job. M-O-S-T.
And they supported the students with like peer-on-peer academic support, but also socialization.
Okay.
And they do a lot of events. We had a Veterans Day assembly, and we sat together during the assembly out here. They share a lot of things. They participated in our Halloween parade together, and then they have set times that they go in and they work with them and they support them, you know, for a few minutes each week.
Those are your hints as far as what's going to help you with the building. So you need to label the mechanisms. What I do not need is I do not need you guys to label every single part unless you can't draw it and you just want to tell me what that part is. Okay? So you're going to build it with those mechanisms. I'm going to take a look. The other thing that you need to make sure that you're not doing is I don't want you designing things where you have parts magically floating above the ground with no way for those parts to stay up. Because we don't have any magic pieces. We only have solid metal and plastic.
Admin offices, and we're going to head to our kindergarten and pre-K in a second. And then we have our B building, which is grades 3 through 5. Our C building on the left side there, which is grades 1 and 2. And then middle school is in the D building. They joke they said it's D block, but it is middle school there. So yeah. So they're back there, and then we'll be doing a quick loop, and then we'll kind of come right back here and let these guys go. it almost puts me to sleep when I hear the lullaby music. And it's you know, it's right around.
You know, because we have a lot of new homes that are building up in there that can compete with Summerlin.